Hi everyone, this is Diane. I'm just going to do a check-in with you, show you a little bit of a haul, kind of a combined haul of itsy bitsy hauls, and maybe a little chat while I do a little bit of ephemera making. So let's just get into it. So last Monday, today is Monday as I'm filming this, and it's a rainy Monday. I did not go to the flea market. It wasn't raining first thing this morning, but the showings have been pretty small down there since Labor Day. And I couldn't even go Labor Day because it rained Labor Day. So I didn't go today, but I went last week, and there weren't very many vendors, but I did find one who had these beautiful little Victorian cards at a really good price. So, and she even priced them better than they were marked. So I was very happy. So let me just show you these. This was my only haul from Labor Day, or from last Monday at the flea market. So these are at Victorian cards. This says boot and shoe store, and all those other ones that came in that big scrapbook that I got, they were from Ithaca, New York. These cards are from Elmira, New York. And that's the area that I go to when I'm doing my craft shopping and Sam's Club and stuff. 122 West Water Street, Elmira. And there's the back. They crossed off the address here with Pine Street and then either printed or added, stamped the new address. Johnson's New Boot and Shoe Store. Here we have Louts Brothers and Company's soap, unequaled for the laundry. This one has a little bit of damage where it was removed from whatever it was glued into. They weren't glued into anything when I got them, but it's a beautiful image. I've had this one before, Niagara Gloss Starch. You can tell it, whoops, sorry. You can tell it was glued into something, but there's no damage from removal, just the adhesive remnants. And these are interesting. They all have a facsimile of a stamp. It's printed on there. So I don't know if you were supposed to add a real stamp from each country. This one says Portugal. And this one is France. England. It says Angleterre. Spain. España. So that's all. And they're blank on the back. They're pretty neat, aren't they? There's a little naked baby holding a doll. I don't really know what this is in her hand. It's blank on the back. There's another little naked baby. Looks like she has a mirror and a brush. And another naked baby eating something out of a pot. And I don't know what they're advertising. Probably nothing, because there's no printing on them. This one is compliments of the popular one-price shoe store. Mr. Eliasov and brother, dealers in ladies and gents fine shoes. Eliasov. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's in Elmira, New York on Water Street. There's a pretty girl with a leaf behind her, a bunch of leaves. And then this is just a beautiful, beautiful card. This reminds me of Dorothy and the poppy field. I don't think that's what it represents, because I think it precedes the Wizard of Oz books, maybe. I think they were in the early 1900s. I could be mistaken. But anyway, I'm sure that's not who that is supposed to be. Pretty card, though. That's all I got at the flea market. But then I got some Happy Mail items. Just small ones. This is from Julie, my friend Julie, who has sent me things in the past. And apparently she had promised to send these to me a long time ago, because she apologized that it took so long, but I completely forgot that she had said that. so I wasn't expecting them. So these are dies to make those ribbon and lace spools that Celeste made for me. She sent me a bunch of them, and now I can make my own. And I can, if I'm selling laces and ribbons in my shop, I can make some of these ahead of time and have them ready to, wind my pretty laces on for my shop. But these are going to be fun to play with, and I'll probably find other uses for them too. I like playing with dies. So thank you so much, Julie. I really, really appreciate it. And next I got this box in the mail from, gotta make sure I get the right person, Carolyn. And I believe Carolyn has sent me things before also. And she sent me some fun items in here. So we have this metal recipe box, and apparently she has been watching my haul videos, my flea market hauls, because I kept finding metal recipe boxes, and so then I started just buying them and collecting them kind of to store things in. So I have room for this one on my little shelves that I have. I don't have shelves in here really, except for the wire shelves that are right in front of me that are full. But I buy the command, like from the command hook. I buy their edge. They're like to put a picture on their picture shelves, so they're not very wide, but they will hold a recipe box. So anyway, she sent me this, and I don't think these items were in it. I think I put them in there after I opened the box. So this is a pretty Pennsylvania Dutch design recipe box. So it's got some residue on it from a label that had been on it. I'll try to get that off, but isn't it a pretty box? Thank you very much, Carolyn. And she sent me some other great items. These spare parts embossed brads. Aren't they pretty? I love them. And I always like these things, just the things to wrap the string clasp is what it's called. And it comes with a string. So I will find a use for them. And this is just an adhesive metal disc with a design on it. Very pretty. And 2 playing cards with the Drum Tavern sign. And I don't know how old they are. They're matte on this side, so I think they're vintage. To me, it looks like a 70s design. Oh, and there's another one of those metal pieces. So that's a lot of fun stuff that I can use. She sent me this book, Pause for Living, Summer 1969. Didn't Coke used to have the slogan, the pause that refreshes? And so it's got some 1969 images inside. Contrived containers. Contrived and improvised containers are created by combining 2 or more objects of interesting shape or converting to use as a flower container something originally designed for an entirely different purpose. We call them repurposed. Look at the cinder block or concrete block. This is pipe, like you'd find under your sink. Then Lazy Days. Looks like a fun party. Aren't these fun images? Fun for the young. And look at that. The drum and the little soldiers. I like that. There's just something about a bottle of pop. We used to call it pop when I was a kid. Now we call it soda. I know different parts of the country call it different things. I think it's known as pop more in the South, but we called it pop. But anyway, there's something about a glass bottle that looks cold, chilled, that just makes me want to grab it and have a drink. My grandfather had a cooler in his barn to keep the milk in after he milked the cows, and he used to store RC cola bottles and watermelons in there to get them cold. Remember RC cola? These are things made with shells. Was RC cola a nationwide thing or a regional thing? I don't know. I'd like to know. So let me know. And then she gave me this cloth napkin with strawberries on it. So we know that will go right into my collection of strawberry items for next year's strawberries. Now, I'm not going to keep collecting things for some of the different themes, but I have a lot for strawberries already, quite a bit, and I just made them a couple months ago, my strawberry journals. But strawberries might be something I return to each year till I get tired of them, but they are really a fun journal to make. And then these gold foil things, they're made to, there's a slot and a tab, so maybe they go around a votive candle, not sure, but would that make a fun pocket to put on a piece of acetate and then glue it down as a pocket? And I have 3 of them. I will definitely use them. Thank you, Carolyn, for all of these wonderful items. And then I got a small package from Eva. This is from, somebody gave these to her, and she kept them for a while and then decided she wouldn't use them and thought of me, so she sent them to me, and she thanks me. She likes to watch my haul videos, and she wanted to thank me. So this is the Victorian sticker postcard book. So they're rare vintage photos of a bygone era photographed on full-color postcards to save, trade, and mail to friends. So the book itself is vintage. Of course, it's not antique. It's 1982. I guess that's considered vintage, isn't it? So these are reproductions. But the interesting thing is they are stickers, right? Are they? I thought she said they were, it says stickers. Yeah, I think. I don't see where they come off. Looks like there's... So I guess they're not stickers. What I think is they were stickers, and they've been reproduced as an image on a postcard. And I think that is really fun. Yeah, you can see an outline, but that's just because it was reproduced. So they don't come off. So that's okay, Eva. I guess she thought they were stickers. But it's okay. I don't mind, because I don't use stickers a lot. But I do like to use postcards, and I think these will be really great in journals. I'm actually happy with these, the way they are. Get the lizard or frog. I can put that in a circus book, so I'm going to put that with my circus items. And there's clowns on that one. Those are fun. Little Red Riding Hood. I do have some fairy tale things I'm collecting, so I'll put that with the fairy tales. Some children. More clowns. Kind of creepy, some of them. I guess they're not all clowns. This looks like German scrap. It's got the little, they're hooked together. So there are a couple of clowns, but the others are just characters. Some pretty flowers and a pretty girl. Birds. Birds and flowers. That's pretty. Maybe I'll put this with my farm stuff. And that one too. Again, German scrap. We got butterflies. See, I hadn't even looked through these. That one's nice. Christmas. More Christmas. I'm just separating off the ones I can put into my collections. This one could go in my fairy stuff. These look like some of the Victorian cards I've been finding. Oh my, look at that one. And Santa Claus. So these are really fun. Thank you, Eva. I will definitely use these and have a lot of fun doing it. So that's my haul and my little happy mails that I've gotten since I've been taking time off. The other day I was inspired to make something for my flea market journals that I'm going to be working on when I'm done with my break. I'm not calling it a vacation because I am working to destash and reorganize stuff. I'm taking a break from making journals, which was really, really hard at first. We'll talk about that while I'm doing crafting. But I was inspired to do some ephemera. So I got out some of my loyalty stamps, like the green stamps, and I just have a bunch of different kinds. So I got out pages from the books that were covered in stamps. It makes them sturdy if they're covered on both sides especially. And I added a genuine vintage label and a millinery flower, a vintage millinery flower, and a piece of genuine vintage tape that came out of book or off papers or something that I got at flea markets. So all of these are flea market items, and that will make a fun pocket in those flea market journals that I'm going to make. And this one doesn't have a genuine vintage label. This came out of the Kathy Holden Flea Market Fresh sticker book, which I have right here. Stationer's stock, and it's just a bunch of labels. So I took one out of this and used it here. And these are a couple of leaves from a millinery corsage or bouquet, and these came off of a different piece, these two little flowers. And I like the little stems with the little plastic or whatever they created that out of. I don't think it's plastic, but they have the little tips. So I thought that was fun. So these will be used in my flea market journals coming up. I'm going to take this poster board off here. I had it here because I was photographing some things that I'm going to be putting in my shop soon, hopefully tomorrow. And put this back on. I don't know which one I want on top, but I just wanted to make a few pieces of ephemera today. I had shown this previously. We made some ephemera that was in this book. Now, I couldn't remember who sent me this book because she didn't put her name in it. But one of my viewers, I think it was, if I can remember her name now, how to say it, Stanislava, I think it was her, who went back into my archives and found my video where I showed where I got this book. And it was from Carol Laws. And I had said I thought I knew who it was, but I didn't want to say the name in case I was wrong. And that's who I thought it was. Carol Laws. Thank you so much for this journal. And I've had it for a while. And if you remember, we did this in a video where she glued envelopes together, just glued the flaps, and stenciled and did napkin, Mod Podge, and then included some ephemera inside. So we did that together in one of my videos, but I showed more ephemera in here that I wanted to make. So I'm just going to do some simple things, and I thought I would chat with you while I did that. So these pieces here, very simple, and I've done this before, but it's just inspiring me to get out my digital ephemera cards that I've already printed. I have this container here, and it is full of stuff. So I'm going to just take some out and start getting it ready to sew it to the coffee dyed paper. My goodness, sorry. And also, I love this one where she did the same thing, but she put it on a paper that is twice the size and folded it over so you can write here and here and here. So I want to do that also. And then this one is the same idea, but she made it bigger so that she could just put a book page and a scrap back here. I didn't get out those kind of pieces, but I'll do some of those soon. So I guess that is just what we'll work on today, those two that are similar. So I have my batch of printed digital ephemera. Now this is a fruit label, and because this looks upside down, it must have been made to fold over, or like fold over the top of the box so you could read it on the top of the box and then read it on the side. I'm not sure, but I folded it over, and then I'm gonna sew it to some coffee dyed paper and make a piece of ephemera out of it that can either go over the edge of a book page or just be tucked into a pocket. So that's one we can start with. I have these little glassine envelopes that are full of Mrs. Coggs cards. The good book ones, I printed them twice. I think I forgot I had them printed. I don't think those Sunday magazines are supposed to be in there. So I ended up, and I did make a couple journals with using these cards, so I don't know how many times I've actually printed, because I still have a lot in there. Stitch With Me, I have a lot. I printed those twice. And Little Darlings, those are leftovers. These are just miscellaneous ones, and these fashion ones I've never actually concentrated on including these into a journal. So I want to use some of them. I guess these Sunday magazine ones were supposed to go in the miscellaneous pack. Maybe I'll do some of those today. I want to kind of concentrate on ones that are printed onto paper and not cardstock. Because if they're printed on cardstock, I can just ink the back a little bit and just tuck it into a pocket the way it is. And these are all cardstock. A lot of times I print the cards on cardstock so that I can do that. These are my own printables, and they're on paper. Some of these are paper. I'll just leave some out and I'll figure it out. These are paper. These are paper. That's plenty. I want to do some in various sizes. So you can see I have them small to largest in this little container. I love these, Mrs. Coggs. Let's get some bigger ones. This, I guess maybe it is a digital. We won't have time to do all of these, of course, but I just want to have some things to pick from. I wanted to do that photograph, but I guess I will anyway, even though they are on cardstock. These I can do the one that she used a letter front for and do the folded thing. Okay, this I think is plenty. All right, start with this one. So I have these two bags. This is just a giant Ziploc bag. I don't even know where I got it. I've had it for a very long time. Probably need to replace it soon. But this has larger coffee dyed scraps that I can put journaling cards onto. That's why I save them separately, because they're bigger, and these are smaller pieces, so I think I will just use stuff out of this bag today. And I also have this bag that some bedding came in, and this is my full-size pieces of dyed papers in case I need bigger pieces. Now, I'm not going to sew them on this video, but I can get them ready. I can tape them in the center or add some glue and cut them and get them ready while we chat. So I just wanted to chat a little bit about my time off so far. I have, like I said, I had several goals, I should say, for taking time off. And I'm still working on those goals, especially the personal goals, the retrospective ones. They are hard. You know, sitting and thinking about hard stuff is hard. But I have taken some time to do that. At first I was busy. I was more concentrating on kind of cleaning up my crafting areas and destashing, reorganizing, trying to make some more space for myself. And I've done really well with that. I didn't think I'd be able to meet my goals of removing certain pieces of furniture. I just can't do that yet. But I did remove two very large, well, I don't know if I should say very large, I guess it's all relative, but two sets of large plastic drawers, and they were stacked on top of each other. So there were 6 drawers altogether, and they were the wide ones. And I got rid of both of them. They were behind the door in my craft room, so I couldn't open my door all the way. And so now there's a narrower set of drawers that I just moved back in there, which I still can't open the door all the way, but I can open it further, and it removed a stack of drawers from a different part of my room and opened up the floor a little bit. Not so that I could put something else there, but just so I could have some breathing room. That's a pretty postcard. I think that was one of mine. I think that was a digital of mine. It's probably not in my shop anymore. And I've moved some stuff into this room because I got rid of a great big stack of scrapbook paper. And I gave it to my daughter-in-law because I didn't want to mess with listing it and mailing it. Paper is very heavy to mail. And my daughter-in-law could use it, so I gave it to her, and she was grateful for it. So you can see I'm taping it to the printed side. So this is what we'll be showing. And then I will, when I have time, I will take it over to my sewing machine and just sew around the edges. This has some white on the edge. So I emptied some drawers in here, more plastic drawers. I just pretty much have all plastic drawers in here of varying sizes. And I emptied some of those drawers of paper, and then I was able to move some different kinds of paper into here from the office so that they're more accessible for me while I'm working. So I have, I think I moved the music in here, music paper, because I'm going to be listing some vintage music paper too. I got rid of some more. And my vellum and acetate and my Italian paper, just some of the other types of paper that I had in my office, I moved into here. So I do have some empty space in my office, which I don't know what to do with because it's in a set of wooden drawers that I have in there, and I can't get rid of the wooden drawers. And also on top of the wooden drawers, I have horizontal paper storage, and some of those areas are empty, but I can't get rid of that either because it's not all empty. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those empty spaces at this time. All I know is I am slowly working on destashing. I don't need as much stuff as I have, even though I have the mindset that I need it all. Do any of you have the I need it all disease? Once I get started on something new, like when I first started doing junk journals, I had the I need it all disease. And so I've kept that mindset for all these years. And I don't need it all. I can't use it all. And I was crowding myself out of my living space, and I was crowding my mind with too much stuff. And I just felt stressed all the time. And I felt like I have to constantly be working on a project because I have too much stuff to use. So I feel like I'm kind of scattered in the way I'm talking about this, but let me just say that the first few days, if not the whole first week of my time off from crafting, was really, really, really hard because I was just so used to always working on something. I had to have a journal in the works. Yeah, I think that'll just barely fit on there. And so it was really hard to not feel like I had to get started on something. I mean, I am even, like I did some ephemera for the flea market journal, but the other day, but that was more like a fun play for me. That was an idea, and let's do it. And I can set it aside to put in that journal. So I think I really needed this space in time to adjust myself to not constantly working on something so that I can be semi-retired, because I was really struggling with that. I mean, I was only semi-retired for a couple of weeks before I took this time off. But I couldn't do it. I was still doing something every day. Kind of cheating my mind into thinking it's okay if I do, I'm just going to do this today, you know? And so now I'm more used to not feeling like I have to be working on a project all the time. And I'm getting closer to feeling like I've got a handle on my supplies. And I know I'm not done with sorting and organizing and destashing, but I've come to the realization that it can continue to be a gradual process. I did the major stuff. And now I can slow down and I can just keep working on that even when I go back to work. And by go back to work, I mean get back in here, right here, and start making journals again. I can still take time to do some destashing. So even as if I get out a certain supply, certain kind of paper, or look into a certain kind of fabric to work on my project, I can say, well, I don't need... Now this has a white wood grain, so I'm going to let that be the back. I can just say, well, I don't need all this, so I can destash some of it. So that kind of thing, I can just continue to destash while I work on journals if I feel the need to. And maybe eventually I can get rid of some more of the drawers or furniture and make more room for me. I'm going to have a lot of sewing to do, aren't I? Let's do some of the folded ones. This could be a fun folded one. I hope I'm making sense, and I'm only sharing all of this with you in case some of you need a little boost, I guess, in your thinking on your supplies. It's okay to not have everything. So if I'm thinking, well, I have this certain supply, which I don't use very much, but I bought it at a flea market, and I should keep it because I can use it. But if I don't have it, can I substitute something else? And oh, okay, so the reason I got out my things that aren't scraps is because they are not patterned. Well, some of the pages are not patterned. So I need an unpatterned one for doing the folded ones. Unless I want pattern on one of the sides. So, where was I? I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. I'll get back to it when I remember. Oh, so if I don't have this supply, can I substitute something else? You know, like I would use this to tuck into a little pocket or something. Well, if I don't have this, do I have something else that I can tuck into a little pocket? Yes, I do. So do I need these? No, I don't. Or do I need this many? No, I don't. Perhaps I would have wanted this the other way. I don't want to tear it like all the way through. I think I put it on upside down from what makes sense to me. I don't think it really matters, but I like it better this way, so it opens that way. Does that make sense? It does to me, so. So it is a really hard mindset to break, I will tell you. I tore the paper away enough there that this tape isn't going to stick, so I'm going to use some glue. So please let me know if any of what I'm saying resonates with you, or if you think I'm off my rocker. You don't have to share that with me. But do any of you need this little pep talk? Now that would be really cute to just glue onto this. And the corners of the card are round, so I'll round this. So at first I didn't even want to really watch YouTube videos, which I pretty much watch YouTube videos of junk journals and hauls and stuff every day. But at first, when I took my break, I didn't want to. So that let me know that I was weary of everything. But now I'm really enjoying watching videos and feeling inspired, and I'm starting to feel like I am ready to go back to creating, and I've got so many ideas and plans, but I have to be so careful not to feel overwhelmed and say I've got to do this so that I can get to this one, and I've got to finish this so I can get to that one. I just want to take my time and enjoy it. So like I said, I'm feeling like I'm ready to come back to creating, but I'm not doing it yet because, I mean, I am creating right now, but I'm not working on a journal. Do you think I'm cheating? Because I'm creating right now when I'm supposed to be on break? I don't think I'm cheating. I'm letting a little creativity out today, that's all. Got some paper strips, see if I have one that would be cute here. I guess I like that one. Yeah, so I have certain journals that I want to get started on, and I'll have to be starting Christmas ones pretty soon. Because I like to start them in October, and my break is through the end of August. So I guess I'll have to jump right into Christmas. I don't know if I'll be able to do the flea market one first, because I think that one's going to take me some time. So I might just go right into making Christmas journals before I do the flea market. And I don't want to do a lot of Christmas journals, but I went through my supplies, and there are some that I do want to make, because I thought maybe I'll just sell all of my Christmas supplies in kits, but there are some that I would really like to make. So I will make some. I don't know how many. And then I can get back to the regularly scheduled programming. I know I'm rambling a lot. I hope you don't mind listening to me, because it helps me talk it through. Helps me figure things out as I talk it through. If you don't like all the jabber, you can turn the sound down if you want to watch what I'm doing here. That's cute. Little journaling card, and I will sew around that. And I will clean up the glue that I dropped on it, on my mat here. So anyway, today is the 19th. Yeah, today's the 19th. And the month ends on the weekend. So I'll probably be starting up again on journal making on October 3rd, a Monday. So that gives me some time to do a little bit more like fine-tuning of some of the organizing that I've been doing. And also I think I will spend less time organizing and destashing and more time with the contemplative thinking. I think I will make this into a booklet also. No, I think I want to put her on a bigger piece and collage around her. Let's see if I fold that. Barely, just barely fits. Make sure I put it on right side up this time. Well, I want that side to show. So I'm going to put it this way. Right? Is that right? Put it this, yes. Yes, that's right. Got to put it right to the edge because it's just barely big enough, this paper. That'll be fun. I'll sew around that. And then you can open it up this way. I can put a little piece of the, well, I might as well do it right now. The genuine article of tape. Vintage tape. On that little slip piece there. So I don't think I have anything else to add to what I've been talking about today. Like I haven't gone to the Barnes flea market in a long time. I think I've only gone twice this year. And I love to go to the outdoor one every Monday. And I could have gone today. But because I'm trying to unload stuff and I don't need to keep adding more stuff, I didn't go. But I might go to the Barnes this coming weekend. I don't know. I thought I might this past weekend, the day before yesterday. I was thinking I might go, but when it came to it, I never even thought of it. Never gave it a thought all weekend. So I guess it wasn't a big priority for me. Just make that into a non-folded piece. I think it'll fit that way. Oh, so another of the big changes will be I won't be bringing home much from flea markets, which is hard for me because I have so much joy in shopping at the flea markets, but I don't want to spend as much time listing stuff, packing it and mailing it. I will do some, but probably only if it's something I want for my own stash and it's more than I can use, so I will share. That's probably the kind of items you will see in my shop. I don't think I will be purchasing things just to put in the shop. because I would rather spend my time, since I'm going to be working less, I would rather spend my time with creative pursuits, making journals, making ephemera. And it kind of makes me sad because I like to do the flea market hauls too, and I know how much you all enjoy them. They are fun, but after the haul, I have to deal with all this stuff. It's already on a card. I don't want to, definitely don't want to sew around that because it's small. It would be hard to make it look neat. And my throat is starting to, oh my goodness, I've been at it for 50 minutes, so no wonder my throat hurts. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to say thank you for listening to my jabbering, and tell me what you thought of the haul, my Victorian cards and my Happy Mails. And this is a pretty simple project, but tell me your thoughts about what I've been talking about. Cutting down and having less stuff around me. Cutting down on work and having less stuff around me. Thanks so much for watching if you stuck with me this long. I will see you in the next video, and I hope you're having a creative day today. Bye-bye.